back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Gigi, and here we talk about all things books. This is kind of like my outlet for like talking about books, and it's kind of like my book club for one, because I have no one to talk to about books. So if you're watching this, thank you for making me feel better and giving me somebody to share my feelings with. Today's topic is an interesting one because I feel like this is a dilemma that we as readers have all faced. And especially if you're like me and you've been on the bandwagon, and if you've read the ACOTAR books, the Throne of Glass books, the Crescent City books, and then Iron Flame, it's like, what do I do with my life now that I'm done with these books? Like, those were my goals for the year. I wanted to get through all of those, and I did, and I feel accomplished, but now I'm left feeling hungover, and I don't know what to do with my life. I'm sad, I'm happy. Mainly, I'm mourning the fact that I can never experience those books for the first time ever again, and I am forcing everyone that I know to read them. But anyways, now what do we do? And I have taken to Reddit, TikTok, Facebook, all of the above, Goodreads. I've scoured the internet to try to find what should I read next. And today I'm going to share that with you guys. Before we get into it, I just want to let you guys know, I made myself a goal at the beginning of the year on Goodreads. I think we all do this, but if you guys have been watching my channel, then you already know, but if you're new here, I used to hate reading, and within the last like 1 to 2 years, I've really gotten into it, but I started off as a very slow reader. I started off as somebody, sorry, my dog is playing with his toy, like literally right next to the camera, and now he's looking at me like I committed murder because I asked him to stop. But anyways, that's what I was saying. I used to hate reading, and it would take me so long to read one book that I thought that even the goal I set for this year was not going to be attainable. And the goal that I set for this year was 12 books, you guys. And I'm gonna give myself a round of applause because I have surpassed that goal. My goal was 12, I hit 18 books this year, guys. And because I hit 18 books, I'm like looking at the rest of the year and it's like, we have 3 weeks left. What if we just make that number 25? And I think I can do it. So with that being said, the goal of this video is to add 7 books to my TBR for the remainder of 2024. We're gonna hit 25 books before 2025. I think we can do it, guys. And you know what? I might be being optimistic. I might be setting my goals too high, but I think we can do it. I really, really think we can. I will keep you guys updated, like when we hit the end of the year, like if I, one, stuck to this TBR, if I read books that were not on this TBR instead, and if I accomplish my goal. I think we can do it though. 7 books in 3 weeks, that's like 1 book every 3 days. I think that's doable, right? So stay tuned. Let's talk about the books I have planned for the rest of the year. Okay guys, with that being said, let's get into my TBR for the rest of the year. The first one that we have is A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. I just started reading this book a couple of days ago, and I'm reading it on my Kindle, obviously. But so far, I will say when I started this book, I was really not into it. And I feel like that's gonna happen. You're going from like a crazy world building fantasy adventure series and you're going to something else, and it just feels like nothing will ever be the same. But the more that I read, the more I've been getting into it. And let me kind of give you guys a synopsis. I wrote notes on my iPad. What this is, it's like a modern retelling of Hades and Persephone. And that's what immediately drew me in, because I love some like mythology and like a play on history and old stories and things like that. I was very interested to start this book. So this is why I picked this book as the first one in my TBR. When I started it, I will say I was very uninterested. It took me like 100 pages to actually start liking this book. And I know that this book is the first in a series of several books. I may or may not read the remainder of those books depending on how I feel as this book progresses. As of right now, I am starting to like it more, but this is by no means like a 5-star read or like a 5-star series, in my opinion, so far. I could change my mind. I don't see it happening just because when I read books like, or series like ACOTAR and Throne of Glass, I was just so in the world and so like engaged, and I don't see that happening here. But it is a good story. There's spice, there's fantasy, there's interest, and I'm liking it. Yes, it is a modern and steamy retelling of Hades and Persephone's love story, where Persephone is a struggling journalist, if you will. She's an intern at a journalism agency, and she is doing a story on Hades. It really plays out as an enemies to lovers. It kind of feels like the author was like, let me do what book talk likes. It's an enemies to lovers story. Persephone essentially makes a deal with Hades, which is the god of the dead, and it progresses from there. I will keep you guys updated on how I feel. The second book on my TBR is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. And you guys, I've heard stuff about this book everywhere. I've heard people say that they have cried at the end of this book, and whenever I hear that, I'm like, okay, a book is really good if it can make you cry, because imagine getting that attached that you're like crying over a book. Like it just has to be good. Do you know what I mean? Just like when I watch a movie, I'm like, if a movie makes me cry, I know it's good. But either way, as soon as I heard that, if I hear that anybody's crying during a book, I'm like, yep, add it to the TBR. But anyways, let me give you guys a little recap. It says this is a captivating historical fantasy that combines war, romance, and a touch of magic. So we love it. We love like politics, war, romance, all those things combined. We know it's going to be a good book. I have very high hopes for this book, and I'm very excited to see how I like it. I will keep you guys updated on how I'm feeling about all these books. Like at the end of the month, I'll give you a little recap. It says two rival journalists exchange letters via a mysterious magical typewriter, revealing a slow burn love story against the backdrop of a world of chaos. This seems like it's gonna be like, I'll give you guys like my first impression. It seems like it's gonna be a love story that takes place over a typewriter. When I'm saying that out loud, it really sounds not interesting. Where's the action? I don't know, but I feel like this is going to be like a very inner dialogue kind of story. I'm giving you guys hot takes because I don't love reading a ton of reviews before I read a book, because I want my opinion on it to be completely mine, and I don't want it to be swayed by what other people have to say. So this is my pre-reading review of what I think it's gonna be about. I could be completely wrong, but you guys take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. We'll see how this one plays out. The next one on our list is Lights Out by Navessa Allen. I have also seen this book all over TikTok. I've seen people putting up little quotes, like screenshots of little captions from the book, and it wrapped me in. It looks like it's gonna be good. I honestly don't even know what the book is gonna be about, so let's learn about it right now. For something fresh, Lights Out offers a post-apocalyptic twist with complex characters and a thrilling survival story. So you guys, that sounds great. So is this gonna give Walking Dead vibes? It doesn't seem like it's gonna be like zombie-esque, but maybe. I'll let you guys know. It says there's deep emotional connections between the characters, and there's a mix of romance and suspense. So I'll keep you guys posted on if the romance is there, if the suspense is there, and I will be brutally honest with you. I think that this one right off the bat sounds more interesting than Divine Rivals, but we shall see. The next one we have, okay, this is a big one, you guys. I've seen very, very mixed reviews on this series. I just have the first book listed here in my TBR. It's The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. This book I see everywhere. People are talking about it. I wouldn't say it has as much hype as like ACOTAR or Fourth Wing. However, there are mixed reviews. Some people love it, some people hate it. And what I gather is it's kind of like an ACOTAR meets Hunger Games story. It says this book features a human girl raised by vampires who must enter a brutal competition to win her freedom. It's dark, dangerous, and filled with intense world building, high stakes, and a swoon-worthy romance. So you guys, you can't tell me that description doesn't sound amazing. I think I'm gonna love it. who doesn't love vampires? Who doesn't love high stakes? Who doesn't love romance? Like, it sounds like it has all the ingredients to make a great book. So I'll keep you guys updated on that one. Okay, and then my next one is a series. And I am adding this book, well, this series, because one, I've given you guys 4 books so far. We have 3 books left, and it just so happens that this series has 3 books. And it's the How Does It Feel series by Jeneane O'Riley. And you guys, I don't know if you remember, like, I feel like it was maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago, there was a girl on TikTok and she held up a picture of that book and like she was just like shocked at the ending. And as soon as I've seen that TikTok, or as soon as I saw that TikTok, that book has been on my TBR. It's been in the back of my mind, and it's like, I need to read that. I feel like I'm missing out on something. I know that it's supposed to be like a fae world. It says, this trilogy dives deep into themes of personal growth and emotional healing, which you guys, you know I love that. You know I love like a character arc growth development like plot. We love to see our characters grow. And it says there's romance that feels raw and real. We love that. And it says each book follows interconnected characters as they navigate love, loss, and second chances. It's heartfelt, beautifully written, and hard to put down. So it sounds like you can't beat it. Like, tell me if I'm wrong. All 7 of these books sound like I'm gonna eat them up. I will update you guys at the end of the month. Like I said, we'll see, did I finish all of these books? Did I DNF any of them? Did I actually reach my goal of 25 books before 2025? We shall find out. Let's see if this gets us out of our reading slump, because you guys, I am in a massive reading slump right now. I feel so hungover after finishing all of the books that I've read so far this year. And if these don't get me out of it, I don't know what to say. Put your book recommendations in the comments down below, because I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. What got you out of a reading slump? Because I'd love to know. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you're not already subscribed, if you like this video, please subscribe, because there will be more videos just like this, and I will be back to update you on all of these books. But anyways, thanks so much guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.